everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So I thought it would be a really cool idea if I showed y'all a little bit more about kind of what I do when I'm not crafting. I am not a huge gamer, but I absolutely love The Sims. As you can see, I mean, this is just like the games I've saved. I love parading over little peons that I rule. So I thought this could be sort of like a what's the right word? A whip and chat, except I'm creating and chatting. Oh my gosh. I don't want to do this tutorial ever. So, yeah, this is going to be real laid back. I'm going to do the minimal amount of editing that I possibly can. And yeah, we're going to see how this goes. I might like it. I might dislike it. Whatever. Oh yeah, one final thing before I start, you know, talking about nonsense. I am streaming this on Twitch just because I'm playing on an Xbox One and nobody's gonna care about this. But random people might come into this stream because, you know, ooh, God, no, woman. You're too skinny. Hold on, let's take your clothes off, because I don't know what you look like. I don't know what your body looks like. Let's take it off. So, like, random people might join. I really hope they don't, because I would very much like to not have to speak to anybody today. It's early in the morning. If you can't hear, my cats are being absolutely ridiculous little shits and running around everywhere screaming. And I would just like some peace and quiet to where I can play with my Sims and be left the hell alone. Okay, oops. So maybe I should put a disclaimer in like Miss Crochet and Coffee does. I have a life outside of filming, so there's going to be noise. Lots and lots and lots of background noise. There might even be gasp potty breaks. So yeah. Also, just you can see her ribs. But then it's like, if you want a curvy girl, oh, watch out. She looks like she's pregnant. This is why I don't really do the preloaded bodies. I'll normally do this one with the wider hips. Oh my God, they're actually oh, sunburn. The cats are actually tearing my house down this morning.
Ooh.
Huh, maybe you'll be tannish. What the actual hell? Sounds like literally someone just dropped their car in the cul-de-sac. Okay, so if you haven't already figured out, this is gonna be a real nonsensical video. I think the last time I did a paint with me or a whip with me, what had been happening? I'm trying to think. Hold on. Bishop, no bark. I think Cody was still working at Ross. So there's been a lot of changes. Oh, I guess we're gonna give her some bigger boobs. Bigger boobs. Can we fix your butt? Can we give you a bigger butt? Just like, just a little bit, not a lot. I'm not asking for the whole world. Just like you actually have a muffin top. You know, you're normal. That's where cake goes. Cake goes in your ass. Okay. Oh, I should also say, if you guys like don't want to watch this, that's totally fine. I'm trying something different. I cross-stitched all day yesterday. I'm not even kidding. It looks like I did nothing on my cross-stitch, but I think I cross-stitched for a good 12 hours. And so my wrist, because I'm right-handed, I don't know what that matters. It could be any wrist. My wrist is killing me, and so I wanted to give it a break. So I thought that gaming would help, and also I'm just in the mood to game. So sorry, there might be a lot of throat clearing. It's super early in the morning. Where is it going with this? Squirrel brain. Let me think. Oh yeah, so the last time we talked, I think like as like a sit down chat talk type deal. Cody was still working at Ross, and that was totally fine. We have our book business that we have, that is hopefully going to be our main source of income pretty soon. And by pretty soon, I mean, you know, pretty soon as in owning your own business soon. So within like the next year to 2 years, maybe he can stay home and we can work on that. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so he wasn't really looking for another job, but I was helping my friend and her boyfriend look for another job, and we came across something called a car porter at a dealership. And I mean, we hadn't heard of that, but we saw that the hours were 9 to 5, and that just sounded like a really great opportunity, especially since eventually we're gonna want to start a family, and retail hours are absolutely insane. And we've been doing retail hours for Cody and for myself. I mean, I think it's just we've both been in retail for like 10 years. Before I stopped working, I was a nanny, and then I was a preschool teacher or a daycare teacher. So I kind of got a little bit of a taste of like the normal, quote unquote, normal workforce life. And Cody has like had that maybe once. So the long and short of it, nope, the very long of it, because I can talk for however long I want, is that, oh yeah, I was helping my friend look for her boyfriend for a job, and I found a job that I was like, that her boyfriend couldn't take. And I was like, Cody, this is like a 9 to 5, like legitimate 9 to 5 job. it's full time. I think it's like $1 less than he's making now, but it's full time, eventual benefits. We hopped on that like so fast. We hopped on that. And so he submitted his resume, and I want to say within a week. Within like a week, he got a callback, and during that week, we had decided that we didn't want him going full time because we wanted to spend more time together. And we also wanted to spend more time like focusing on our book business. So I was totally okay with that. But then this job called, and we both looked at each other and we were like, we would be such idiots if we didn't have you at least go try out for this, because it's something that since we've been together, we've been wanting him to have like a normal 9-to-5 to where we could have like a stable schedule. Like, my anxiety hates unpredictability, and with retail, it's all unpredictable hours, and it gets to a point where you feel like you've done your time. Cody has done his time in retail, and so he went in for the interview, and the guy was like, well, thank you so much for coming. We will like get back to you or talk to you or whatever in, I think he said like a week. But you know, we have like other candidates, which I hate when people say that, because it's like, no crap, you're interviewing other people. Like, you could say, hey, you did a good job, I really like you, but I get it, it's some kind of like legal bullshit. Anyway, I'm horrible at doing my own makeup. I don't know why in the hell I always feel like I must pick out every lipstick and then decide on the gloss like I was going to in the first place. So that's weird. So what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, so literally 2 days later, his boss calls, and he has made it to the drug testing phase, which literally I have never heard of someone getting drug tested for a job that doesn't get the job. Like, I don't know why a company would spend money on a drug test if you hadn't gotten the job. Like, that's it. Just yeah, I don't know why they would do that. I've never been drug tested and been like, oh no, you tested positive. Fuck. You tested negative for a drug, but we're not gonna hire you. So anyway, I was like so pumped. I was so excited. I was like, yes, we're finally getting what we want. But of course Cody was like, don't tell anybody, don't jinx it, everything will be okay, but we're not gonna go around telling people, because, you know, he's very like, oh, sorry, I'm wearing headphones to do this, and just like out of my comfort zone much. So yeah, he was basically just like, don't tell anybody. And so I obviously told like 4 people, but I have a big mouth. I can't help it. Jeez, back off me. I kind of like that, but the eye holes get lost on her boobies. Her boobs eat the eye holes. So anyway. Oh yeah, he goes in for the drug test, and can I just like say one thing? Cody knows he needs to pee for the drug test, but he literally pees right before he leaves the house, and then he is sitting in the freaking drug testing place. He's sitting there for like 2.5 hours waiting for his bladder to cooperate. I know, it's TMI, but it's also the struggle I deal with. So, you all are gonna struggle too. Yeah, so anyway, what am I trying to put on this woman? So anyway, long and short of it is, he takes the drug test, passes, and then he gets the job. I know, we're so excited, we're so happy. Like, I think I cried. Even now talking about it, I'm just so happy. There's no words to describe just like finally having like comfort in knowing that I have a schedule. Like, we go to bed. That's why I haven't been on a lot of lives. And if I do pop into a live, it's why I've got to leave pretty early. Or like why I'm pretty much just like filming, posting the videos on my channel, and then boogieing and maybe responding to comments. We have just been so incredibly swamped with getting like our new schedules in order that I literally barely have time for anything YouTube-y except to watch it and veg out, because honestly I'm so tired all the time. Our bed, like, I mean, and I understand I'm bitching about going to bed at a normal time, but hear me out. Our bedtime was like, we used to stay up until like 4 or 5 a.m. and now it's like, eek, we'll like, we go to sleep at 10:30 and I normally wake up by 6:30 so that we can have like food, i.e. what some normal people call breakfast. I'll make us breakfast, or I'll make us breakfast. Yeah, and then he's out the door and I have a whole 8 hours of staying awake, which is also excuse me, well, why I'm filming this video, because I need help staying awake, y'all. It is not easy to stay awake while crafting. At least I don't find it easy to stay awake while like cross stitching or diamond painting or crocheting. I somehow always manage to like fall asleep on top of my work. So I thought that playing some Sims today would be nice and also keep me vertical instead of passing out. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with us. We've been pretty busy, but extremely lucky to be busy with like such I'm trying to get back to her normal outfit. Yeah, we've just been really lucky to be busy, so I'm not complaining too much, but it is me, so I'll complain a little bit. What else? So this is her party outfit. Oh, I wanted to tell y'all real quick what I'm doing if anybody's been watching and caring what I'm doing. I am doing something called like a rags to riches, which basically means that I'm gonna start the girl out. I don't have a name for her yet, so I'm gonna start this beautiful specimen. I would punch someone if they called me a specimen. I'm gonna be starting her out with no money, and I've done this once and I think it's really cool. It's not my original idea. It's James from Sim Supply. I have a tag where I mention he is one of he's a channel I really like to watch, and he's literally like all Sims all the time. So yeah, she starts out with like literally no money and just makes her way up in the world. But what I think is cool is she's going to be a professional crafter. So my goal is to have her craft her way to the top, and I'm going to build her a little, my eventual goal once, you know, she survives the the harsh winter and spring. My eventual goal is to have her what's the word? My eventual goal is to have her sell her crafts in a store. Oh my gosh, hold on one second. Okay, I guess people are doing construction work. So yay, there's gonna be a lot of pounding noises. Y'all probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. And it's bugging the absolute shit out of me. But yes, I want her to sell her crafts and make her money doing that. And yes, I'm absolutely projecting, because one day I would love to sell my crafts and to make that a full-time job. I literally have such I don't know how to say this without sounding so douchey. I have such like an entrepreneurial side to me. Like, my father has always had some type of like side business. He's a stockbroker, but he also like collects silver, and he I think her hair should be in a ponytail for sports. He collects silver, and he's always doing things with eBay, and I guess that could work. Yeah, ever since I was little, my dad has just always, he's always worked at some type of business. Like, for him, things like that are fun. And I think he really rubbed off on me in that way, because before I could get like a job, before it was legal to get a job, like, so when I was 14, I was homeschooled, and my dad got into selling DVDs and CDs and things like that on eBay, and I just thought it was so freaking cool to hear like the cha-ching of the someone like buying your stuff after, you know, you've put your work into finding the items, and you've put your work into like finding items, and trying to find something that like I would actually sleep in, because nobody sleeps in long pants, Sims. Oh, but anyway, yeah, like I just wanted to be like my dad. I really, really liked the thought of like putting your hard work into something and then people actually buying it. Like, how cool is that? I wanted that satisfaction. So I asked him if like I could, you know, I guess try my hand at it, and he gave me, I think, like $100. And yeah, at 14, I did not have a successful eBay business by any means. I still have yet to reach like a super successful entrepreneurial career, but I did pretty cool. I did enough to where I just got hooked on working for myself. I got hooked on doing something like where I was my own quote-unquote boss. I loved it. And then, you know, I also tried out I've worked at Walgreens, I've worked at CVS, I've worked at a grocery store, then I went to working with kids at this store called Build-A-Bear, where I would just like, it's like a place where you go to make your own teddy bears, pretty much. I'm not explaining it right. If someone knows how to explain Build-A-Bear better, please leave it in the comments, because I'm not even kidding. I had to be so cheery at that job all the time, and I know it sounds like it, but I'm not a very like cheerful person. I have constant resting bitch face. I am just like absolutely, I'm trying to think of the right word. I'm a Debbie Downer most of the time. But yeah. Anyway, I tried Build-A-Bear and I realized I really liked working with children, but I didn't necessarily want to constantly have to put on like a happy face and be all like cheerful and smiling when there are these little children. I just wanted to throat punch because they were being absolutely obnoxious, begging their parents for everything. And then, do you know what was so messed up? Is we were supposed to upsell things. Like, you could put an actual like beating heart in the bear, and you could put like scents in the bear. Like, your bear could smell like cotton candy, or it could smell like just like, it could smell like a bunch of stuff. So there were all of these accessories to like the base model. So say you walked in and you grabbed the skin, which, yes, that was called the skin. You grabbed the skin of like a $15 teddy bear, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna get my kid to stuff this $15 teddy bear. They're gonna put in this felt heart that comes free with the base model, and you know, they're gonna be happy. But little do they know, the workers, the little bear workers, so like me and a bunch of other bear workers, were told to ask, and I obviously, we had a really awesome manager who's like one of my best friends now. I hate when people say that, because it's like, you have multiple best friends. Yes I do. I'm that popular. Really good friend of mine. She was like, y'all, we're not doing that. You need to ask the parents if they want the upgrade instead of the child, because it's just real shitty to ask the child, do you want to upgrade, and the parents are like, no, no, we can't do that because most of the time we can't afford that. Ugh. Anyway, why don't they have belts? I would totally put a belt on this dress, but you know what? Nah, woman, you're having a basic sweater dress. So yeah, I wanted to work with kids, but I didn't necessarily want to be like in a job where I had to like upsell children and like I don't know. I didn't want to have to be perky all the time and then also be like, hey kids, I know you're super happy with the bear you got, but I'm gonna try and sell more stuff to you to meet my sales quota, and if you don't like it, well then I'm sorry, you're gonna leave crying because you wanted a normal bear, but now you also need to feel left out because you didn't get A, B, and C. So yes, that is that's a ooh, she's feeling this outfit. I like it too. So you know what? It's easy for me. You can have that outfit. Okay, hot outfit, you need to barely wear anything because I don't need you dying on me. This is just such a well thought out and communicated story. Sorry, y'all. I've had 1 cup of coffee and I'm trying to talk to you. Okay, so anyway, I then went to being a live-in nanny for the manager that I was just telling you guys about. We actually lived in the same apartment complex. I found the apartment complex first because I was wanting to move at the time. One day I will tell you guys the story of how I used to live with my brother and sister-in-law. Yeah, don't ever live with your family, guys. Not when you're older. It always ends in hurt feelings and potential fistfights. Not saying that happened, but you know. Sure, that's something you totally wear out. Anyway, so we lived in the same apartment complex. I found it, and then, you know, with apartment complex, it's like if you refer someone, you get like 50% off of your next month's rent, or yada yada yada. So I referred her to the apartment complex, and by that time I had quit Build-A-Bear. For a while they thought I was having like a heart issue because I have something called syncope episodes, which basically means I'll get really dizzy, like, and this started around the time I had to quit Build-A-Bear because I could not do the up and down that job required anymore. Because what would happen is I'll be working, and I'd go from sitting to standing, and I'd go from sitting to standing, and I would lose my hearing, lose my eyesight. For about 30 seconds, I lost the ability to hear, the ability to see, and I would get really dizzy and fuzzy all over. And so a couple times, I think that February, they had to admit me to the hospital a couple times under like a heart, like I was in like a cardiac admission, so they were constantly watching my heart to make sure like I didn't have a heart murmur or anything like that. And honestly, it came to the point where for a while, like, nobody knew what was wrong with me, and I was just like not doing so hot. But I was also at a super unhealthy weight. Like right now, I'm at like, I like my cake.
Ooh.
So like I'm not at the best weight right now, but I had lost a significant amount of weight, so I'm not even gonna lie, I was like unhealthily skinny, unhealthily whatever. I was pretty unhealthy skinny wise, so I always thought that that might have had something to do with it. Um, but yeah, so I had to quit Build-A-Bear, and oh, what am I doing? So I had to quit Build-A-Bear, and then she needed a nanny or a babysitter because she was having family issues and she didn't want to rely on these certain people to help like with her kids. And so I was like, well, hey, I have some experience with toddlers. I don't have a lot with newborns, so that was like a huge learning curve. I literally was like Googling things all the time. I was like, Google, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with the baby? Tell me, Google. But yeah. So, trying to make sure I have everything for her.
Huh.
I think I do. I think I have every look. Yeah. So I was a live-in nanny, and then about 11 months into that, I had my pneumomediastinum, which is a fissure. I developed a fissure in my lung. I wasn't taking care of myself, asthma-wise, so I was having asthma exhaustion, which basically means my lungs were working so hard all the time for oxygen that I eventually wore one of them out and kind of like popped a hole in it. So I had to quit as the nanny. And I was also having a lot of problems with her ex-husband who had come back into the picture. There was a lot of like verbal and emotional abuse happening in that household that, you know, those were my babies by that point. Her two boys were like my babes. And I'm just not someone who can... there was a lot of tension because I was not someone who was gonna sit back and watch people be mistreated. So of course my nose got I put my nose, and it was put in a lot of situations that it probably shouldn't have been. So we'll go with Mara Crawley. That's your name, lady. If you don't like it, take it up with someone else. Where is this going? Oh, yeah, and then I need to tell you guys what happened the other day. Okay, but anyway, I then left that job. I took a couple of weeks. No, I took a couple months to recover. I met Cody during that time. I started teaching crochet and working at Michael's, but again, that was retail. It was something I really didn't love to do. But I really liked the crochet aspect because again, that's where like entrepreneurialness comes into play. And you know, in between everything I'm talking about, there were moments where I was constantly looking for ways to start my own business. I was looking for ways to start my own business and just like ways to constantly feed the urge to ways to feed the urge to I don't know, I guess fulfill what I wanted in life, which was, you know, to be a crafter. Not a crafter, geez, entrepreneurial spirit. Let's go with that. I'm already sounding crunchy. Let's go further. So coffee sip. Okay, so real quick, I bought her the cheapest lot in the desert. I figure that she is gonna start out in the desert and, you know, maybe not really like it here, but her dreams are to move somewhere a little bit more green and a little bit more pleasant. Not that the desert isn't pleasant, please, I'd love to live in the desert. But yeah, maybe her goal is to move to like Brindleton Bay, which has a lot of animals running around, and it's like a more relaxed lifestyle. But right now, she doesn't get a relaxed lifestyle. She gets hardship in the desert. Because that's what a starving crafter. Oh, that's what I'm calling this series, by the way, if I continue it. Starving crafter. That's what a starving crafter needs to get some real meat on those crafting bones. Oh yeah, so I'm putting on testing cheats. Not because I'm gonna play with cheats, even though that would be amazing. Just give her like $2 million. Someone put $2 million in my bank. But no, I took all her money away. So now she has to forage and scavenge for food. What was I gonna say? So, God, I am really spacey today. I was talking about, girl, you're poor, but you got a phone? How's this a thing? Get off your damn phone and go fishing. Hold on, I'll remember it. Oh yeah, but I was always trying to look for like entrepreneurial things to do. So after I left Michael's, I was still teaching crocheting. I had started to I had off and on ventured into knitting, but I think I was like more knitting. I was more knitting. Yeah, I was more knitting. I was all about that knitting. So yeah, I finally tried out a preschool. And I remember getting the job at the preschool, and like Cody was the first person I told. He was still my new boyfriend at the time, so it was kind of like really awesome to have such a supportive new person in my life, and I don't know, I was all in love. Um, Still am, but you know, it was like new love, not this old love that has. It's still amazing, but we got some bumps and some bruises. Um, which just makes it better. But whatever. Anyway, I digress from my rambling. Um, so we oh yeah, so I got the job, and um I got the job at the preschool, and it was amazing. Now my schedule was still a little bit iffy. Like sometimes I would be the opening teacher, and open um I would open the school, or open my classroom, I should say, at 6:30, which meant I had to get there at uh freaking 6, which meant I was normally up by 5. But then some days I would work until 6:30 in the evening, uh getting there at 8, and then I still had to be up the next day at 6. Like it was a staggered scheduling system. And so it wasn't retail hours, but it was still pretty grueling on my body. And then I got my first apartment that I didn't need anybody to co-sign. Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys couldn't see what I was doing. I was literally just labeling my game save starving. Okay. So I'm sorry. I did not see how much you guys didn't see. I literally just blanked out for a second. I was labeling my game save starving crafter. Uh, I should probably not do that anymore, but I'm learning. So all I was telling you guys was that it was staggered hours at the daycare. Um, Nothing like retail, but I would still have to get up at 6:30. I would still have to get up at 5:30 to open my classroom at 6:30, and then I'd be there all the way until 5, or sometimes I'd get there at 8 and be there until 7 or 6, and then I'd have to wake up to have an early shift. So it wasn't anything steady, and it was pretty taxing on my body, just because I was doing so much work on top of all of that. Like with the kids, I was doing so much. I was not the lead teacher, so I was doing less paperwork, and I was doing less paperwork, and I was doing more of the diaper changes, because I worked with kids who were almost 1. No, I was working with kids that were almost 2, but not yet 2. So I was doing all the diaper changes, and I was doing most of the like sing-alongs, and I just did all like the grunt work, which was my favorite part, because as like an assistant teacher, I got to interact with the kids a lot more, I feel like. than the head teacher did, because the head teacher was doing so much. I mean, and this could have just been my head teacher because we did not get along. There was a lot of clashing of, sorry, I was seeing if we had enough to afford a toilet. We don't have enough to afford a toilet yet. So, girl, stop freaking gaming and get over here and fish. We just did like a lot of clashing, me and the teacher. So, excuse me. So, trying to think about what I was gonna say. So yeah, I was really hard on my body, and I eventually developed sepsis, unfortunately. I went to visit Cody one day and I just like went into septic shock, and I felt so bad for him. Not even to mention that when we were in the hospital, I thought it would be the cutest thing in the world to invite him onto my hospital bed and kind of get close to him, act all sexy, and then just bite the fuck out of his back. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I am still going to I'm still going to claim that it was the fever that had taken me away, but I left the largest bruise on his back, and I don't know why, but I just could not stop laughing until I passed out from the sleeping medicine. So I did continue to work a couple months after the sepsis dealio, but then there was this debacle of Cody moving down, and like I said, me and the assistant teacher were not getting along, which really sucked because this job was so close to my new apartment. I mean, like, I chose my apartment mainly on the fact that, like, during lunch breaks, I was able to run down to my apartment and get, um, I was able to run down to my apartment and get all, like, the paperwork signed if I needed to go check on my dog or my cat. Um, like, I was right there to do it. Um, so that stunk to high heaven when I was starting to hate it because I was working with just like such an insufferable dick. That is literally how I would describe her. She was an insufferable dick, and I just don't think I could have handled it anymore. I was just not doing well. I was not doing well. Oh, look, there's a community garden. We're going to try and steal stuff from it. I don't think it's going to let us. See, this is why it's kind of like starving crafter rags to riches. I'm literally going around digging under rocks, finding things, and selling them to the invisible people inside my brain. Or inside her brain. Yeah. Damn you. Let me steal it. Let me steal your food. And yes, this is absolutely what I do for like close to 8 hours a day sometimes. I just chat with my Sims. So eventually I had to leave that job, which stunk. I mean, one of my favorite jobs ever. And I had to leave it because of the toll it was taking on my body, but also just the complete dick I worked with. And like literally at one point I complained to my director about her, and the director offered to pay for our lunch if we would just go sit down and figure it out. And there should have been warning signs for the simple fact that, one, the first time I was put in her class, she's like, you know what? I think you and so and so are totally gonna get along because you've got a fiery spirit, she's got a fiery spirit. And I'm like, bitch, have you ever met two fiery people in a room? We burn it down. So that was such a great experience with that teacher. It was a great experience with the school, not with the teacher. So, oh, what was I gonna say? So yeah, by this time me and Cody are living together. We moved in within like 4 months of knowing each other. We were engaged within a year. I think we had said I love you within like a couple weeks. We don't play, y'all. Oh, she's got to go to the bathroom. Where are we gonna go? You know what? I know where we're gonna go. We are gonna travel out of your world. We're gonna travel so that you can go to the bathroom. So I had like another nanny position, but basically, I guess the super roundabout way of saying all of this is I think after my last position, excuse me, at the daycare, I realized just how much I really wanted to follow my dreams of being like my own boss. Like, I don't mind coffee break, sorry. I don't mind working for other people. I can work for other people. If I ever had to go back, and like my mental health was well enough, if I ever had to go back and work for someone else, I would. I'm not like against it on like a fundamental level. I just don't know if it would ever truly bring me happiness. So at one point I was dyeing yarn. I would buy like hanks of superwash merino in bulk and I would dye yarn, and I thought about selling yarn at one point, but let me just say, while I do have an entrepreneurial spirit, I also have the lowest self-esteem when it comes to my crafts. Like, everybody can say, you are such a good crafter, you're doing amazing, I love everything you do, and I'll, like let's just say one day I crapped out a Picasso, like a legitimate Picasso, just randomly ended up in my dietary tract, and I crapped it out. I would burn it. Well, for so many reasons I would burn it. This is a horrible analogy. But like, okay, let's just go with me here. I ended up producing a Picasso, whether from my innards or, from just somehow, and burn it because it came from me and I don't like it. Yeah, so I'm definitely trying to get over that, like, big time. Um, but oh my gosh, why are my cats fighting? Ajani, Pepper. I'm not paying for a new eyeball, so you guys better keep those attached. But yeah, fart noises with my mouth. Yeah, I just always have wanted to work for myself, and I've always wanted that experience. So if I ever do go back to school, which I'm taking like just an online course through like one of these like paid for what's it called? For profit colleges. I'm taking an online course. I've had to like kind of stop it a little bit. Like, I've had to take a break in it just because of like trying to get everything settled with like Cody getting a new job and whatnot. But if I ever went back to school, it would be for business management or small business management. I have a couple semesters of college under my belt, not a lot. Um, but yeah, I would. You know what? She's gonna drink a juice on the rocks. And in Sim World, any type of drink, I'm not even lying, any type of drink fills you up. So if bitch wants to drink her alcohol as food, I support this decision. But ooh, let's look for frogs and then go fishing. So that's like a real weird off-topic rundown of my job history. And I don't know what it was, but you got it. So anyway, Cody, finally, we have a job where he's a 9 to 5, and I'm so pumped. So last week, which was the week of like, I'm filming this on the 21st of March. So last week was like the teens of March, like the 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, yada yada yada. So he, hey, hold on 1 second. Hey, stop. Shh. 1 second. Bishop, no bark. So, oh, dude, you better not drink my drink. That is for me to drink. So, what am I saying? Oh yeah, he finally has this job, and I'm so ecstatic. It's not even funny. I'm so happy that we have a bit of like normalcy. At least with like where jobs are like required. So he was still working at Ross, and so on that Thursday he worked for the dealership, and then Friday he worked for Ross, and then Saturday he worked for Ross, and then he was done with Ross. And then Sunday we were supposed to just hang out and relax and like just have a good time and chill. And then my dad, Irina, which is my stepmom, and my dad run a clothing business out of their house, which like Irina runs mostly. But my dad was doing the book business with us for a little while, but then he didn't. I guess after his surgery, with his aneurysm where he lost like a bunch of blood and almost died, and they had to like open him up a lot, as he likes to so nicely state it, I have a cut near my crotch and it hurts. I'm not laughing at it. It's just my dad's new word is crotch, and a 70-year-old man saying crotch is just the funniest thing on the damn planet. You need to get someone to say crotch for you who's that age. Please do it for me. You know what? You're gonna go take a nap right here, because I don't feel like taking you home right now to sleep on your bench. Yeah, so he's not doing his book business anymore. And so Sunday, he wanted me and Cody to get the rest of his inventory that he hadn't done anything with. So I found out Thursday, though, that my dad has been suffering from, like, I don't know if it's strep throat. Where the hell did you go and what are you cooking for $17? Gosh darn it, woman, you're not gonna eat 9 hamburgers. Whatever. Anyway, you know what? Just for that, you're gonna dig around some more and then we're gonna go home. You can't be trusted to not. She didn't even starve a little bit. This is called like the starving crafter, and she didn't even starve a tiny bit. She was like, "What? I'm hungry. Ooh, I better eat some hamburgers." Fat girl thoughts. Come on. I expected better from you. I created you. I shouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, I found out my dad had strep throat and he had been like struggling with it. And my dad is someone who's constantly like, "You're not sick, are you? 'Cause you're gonna get me sick." And he'll literally say, "I almost died the last time you gave me strep throat." Like, you almost died when you had a heart attack, Dad. You almost died when you lost a ton of blood in a like routine surgery. You didn't almost die when you had strep throat. It felt like you were dying. And you can exaggerate and say, "Hey, I'm not feeling too good. I feel like I'm dying." We all do that. Don't look me in the face and believe when you say, "I almost killed you from strep throat." Because I get strep a lot. I get sinus infections a lot. I sometimes pass them on to others, although I try to be very cleanly. But like this mofo looks me in the face and says, "You almost killed me with strep throat." And I just want you to know that and feel real guilty about it. Which of course, as the dutiful daughter, I do. Anyway, bitch has strep throat, and I'm like, okay, how long have you been on your antibiotics? Because he did. He sounded really bad. He sounded like he was hurting Thursday. And so Friday, Thursday. So I found out Thursday he wasn't feeling good. And then Saturday, he wanted me to come pick up the books, but I was like, no. But I talked to him on Sunday. Yeah. I talked to him on Sunday. Or no, I talked to him on Saturday about coming over Sunday. And these timelines are real important, y'all. So I'm sorry, but you need to keep up. Just yell at y'all. You don't need to learn how to sing. So Saturday I asked him, "How long have you been on your antibiotics?" Because, I've always been told if you've been on your antibiotics for, 48 to 72 hours, you're really not contagious anymore. That's what every doctor has ever told me. But apparently that was wrong because he told me he'd been on them since Monday, and so we went over and I still had Cody like stay away from my dad as if my dad was like a plague victim. I was like, just stay away, demon. And then Monday, there was also this whole hullabaloo on Sunday where my dad had an inhaler because I guess he was having a really bad chest cough, and I'm an asthmatic, so I have like I always have inhalers on me. And my dad's like, Catherine, will you look at this? And I looked at his inhaler and it was busted. His pharmacy gave him a brand new inhaler that was absolutely busted. And I was so upset. I will not fight for like my own inhaler rights. I will fight for my right to party. Yeah, I won't say a fuss about my own inhaler, but this is my dad, and like people who know me know if you say bleep about my family, I'm already like a wild monkey who. Okay, that sounded bad. Oh my god. I'm like a wild monkey who will throw feces at you. Yeah. I know. I talk about myself in such great terms. But I'm a wild animal. I will lose my shit on you if you are rude or derogatory or just an asshole to my family. So them not giving him his inhaler was, or them not giving him the right inhaler. I'm not lying, I about lost my mind. And so I took, yeah, go nap on the park bench. You got the right idea. Go nap on the park bench. Come on. So I excuse me.
Yuna. Ah, yes.
Oh, excuse me. There's gonna be a lot of yawning in this video. So what did I do? Oh, I took his inhaler back to the pharmacy, and the pharmacist was like, he held up this freaking paper envelope, and he's like, ma'am, it's working. I can see the medicine on this paper envelope. I'm like, okay, I have an inhaler in my purse. Do you want me to pull out my inhaler and show you that my father's inhaler is not working or functioning like a normal asthmatic inhaler is? Because I have a duplicate copy of the inhaler you are holding and trying to tell me works. And then the pharmacist literally just looked at me like I was crazy, walked away, and got my father a new inhaler. Which then my dad's like, I don't need this inhaler. I have more at home. You keep it. I know, folks. So I did that on Sunday, and then Monday, Cody looks at me and he's like, baby, I love you. And I'm like, oh God. Why do you love me? Because if you love me, something's happened, you've done something wrong, or, you know, we're either about to have words when he says that, or I'm about to cry because it's something like super depressing. And he just said, I am feeling so under the weather. And I was like, shit. Now that shit was for a couple reasons. One, Cody is a giant man child. I'm not even kidding. I know some men take having a cold like a champ and are rock stars. Please point me in the direction of those men, because I would like to film it for prosperity's sake, because I've never met someone like that. My father gets strep throat and tells me that I literally am killing him. But oh my God, yeah. So Cody tells me he's getting sick, and I'm like, fan-fucking-tastic. So, what am I trying to say? Hold on. I'm getting there. Harvesting all these fruits, because another great way to make money when you're doing like a rags to riches challenge is to just plant everything. So she's hungry. Well, you know what? If I can sell enough of the stuff you just got, I'll get you a fridge. So, what was I saying? Alright, so he tells me he's sick, and I want to cry because I love him so much, but Cody being sick is a damn nightmare. It's nightmare fuel. So... Oh, it will let me pilfer their, it'll let me pilfer their garden. So, I was also worried that he wouldn't be able to go to work Tuesday because whatever this was had hit my dad, like, real hard and fast. And, so I wanted to... I don't think nip it in the bud's the right word, but I wanted to, like, make sure that Cody was okay, so I was literally, like, having him drink orange juice and rest, and just... I was literally, like... I was doing everything I could to make sure he did not get sick. And lo and behold, dude got sick. Like, next morning, he's freaking running a fever. He is just not doing well. And this was... So today's Thursday. This was... Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday morning he woke up feeling like trash. And my biggest, like, worry with him working in a dealership is he's got to back those cars up backwards. And if anybody knows Cody, he hates backing up cars. He hates parking cars because he's always worried about dinging a car. And he has been doing such an amazing job not dinging these cars. Until Tuesday, I get a message that he was in this back lot that's like extremely, like, it's really tight. It's a very difficult area. Like, sometimes he will have sales associates, not sales associates. Sometimes he will have what are they called? Salesman, car salesman. He'll have the salesman help him park cars, because basically what his job is, to, like, the best of my ability of recounting it, is he maintains, like, the parking lot. No, that's not how you put it at all. Okay, so basically what he does is he moves cars from point A to point B, then back to point C. He keeps like car inventory filled. He works with inventory, so he checks in, like, if you ever see those big 18-wheelers that are carrying like 20 trucks, he has to check those in, inspect them, and then park them all where they're supposed to go. He will bring salesman cars. He will move cars around to where like they'll sell better. Like I don't know. He's just like he's driving a lot and he's moving cars around a lot, like from the OG parking lot where like people like everybody, the commoners, us, will see the we'll see the cars, to back lots, to something called like apparently a rocket lot. Yeah, he'll do all of this stuff. And I have always been worried that he will hit a car. And unfortunately, what is something fun we can do? Oh, you can go fishing. You find that fun. I find fishing fun. Fishing is fun. Um, so he will he was in this like really difficult area where apparently like the cars have he maybe has like 3 or 4 feet clearance in between cars. I don't know. He tried to explain what was happening multiple times, but I don't understand. I'm a visual person. If like I can't see it, then I don't know what you're talking about. Um but yeah, so he was trying to explain to me, but basically what happened is he was backing out like a mid-sized vehicle, and he the front bumper of the vehicle he was driving scratched. Like he said he heard the minute they touched and he stopped. But in car dealerships, they want you to tell them even if you touch your door to another car, you need to report that because they want to buff that out. They're not going to put that for sale and then, obviously get a bad reputation. So the way he explained it is like there was maybe, excuse me, an inch and a half to like an inch of damage to the car area, and he needed to report it, but he was like literally still terrified, and I was terrified. And so like Tuesday was spent like crying. I'm also on that time of the month, y'all, TMI, but it's part of the story, okay? uh so I was crying because I was realizing how much I'm loving this new schedule. It gets me out of bed because I want to spend time with him in the morning. I want to make breakfast. I want us to have good quality time together. I'm really enjoying and living, I feel like for the first time in a really long time, a super healthy emotional and physical lifestyle, just because of the fact that I am able to take care of myself correctly, because I'm not staying up all hours of the night because of his job, and I'm not, scrimping and scraping to get by on meals or to cook dinner at 10 p.m. Like, I'm gonna have dinner done by 6 tonight. Like, I just can't explain to you what literally 8 hours of constant sleep every night with a dedicated wake up time and a dedicated sleep time can like do for you, especially if you have any type of anxiety or depression or like mental disorder. So, um, I was just like, I mean, we're Debbie Downers over here. I already told y'all that. I think I gave the best explanation to Leisha. We are like the Leaning Tower of Pisa in this family. We are strong, we are steady, we're gonna last forever, but boy do we lean. We lean, and we lean hard. Like, we are constantly leaning on each other and trying trying so hard not to topple over. Girl, go to the restroom. I put you a toilet in the middle of your lot for that reason. So that you could use the facilities. So yeah, we were in a tizzy, and I don't think that was helpful to his I really don't think that was helpful to his illness, because yeah, by like, what was it?
Yodi Bibna, Arnanusit, Sweeb,
I would say 7 p.m. that night when he got home because of traffic, and I needed him to go to the grocery store. He was coughing and hacking and just so sick. So he called into work, which was fine because his boss was out on Tuesday ill. He called in on Wednesday and he just passed out. Yesterday I did not see him. He was dead to the world, asleep. His fever broke, I think, when he was taking his nap, because he woke up and he was feeling a lot better, but boy, it looked like he had just swam the distance. Like, he was wet. So yeah, that's been kind of like past work history, present work history, future work history for him. Hopefully looks like him staying with this job for a pretty long time, us starting to finally get our savings up, maybe me going back on fertility treatments starting like summer-ish, maybe, if I can get things on like my end with like my mental health and my physical health like steady. They're pretty steady now, but like yeah, when you're trying for a kid, you best believe that mental health needs to be on point, y'all. I don't know who I am right now. I literally think I am just so into this game / second cup of coffee deprived that I'm talking nonsense. Why are you tense? Do you need fun or do you need social? Fun. Well, come fish, bitch. You like to fish. And then we'll find you a really comfy bench to sleep on. Okay? I get it. You haven't gotten to craft yet, but we gotta get you the essentials before you can become like crafting extraordinaire. And you're totally gonna pass out before I ever get you to up your fun level and then take like 7 naps here. Okay, also, nobody play a shot game to how many times I say, okay, like, totally, and so, because I know that I've had some filler words in this, but I like chatting with y'all. I hope you enjoy kind of the different scenery that I'm doing. By scenery, I mean I hope you guys enjoy watching me play Sims, because sometimes I just can't craft as much as I want to. 12 hours of cross stitching yesterday totally jacked my wrist up. Like, it kind of hurts, and I even stop and do exercises. If anybody in the comments below wants to tell me of like things that you guys do to keep your like wrists limber and not like I almost feel like I sprained my wrist yesterday with how much I was cross stitching, and I know that's not good. But like I tried to look up tips for how to help your like, cause you know with crocheting or with anything, like with computers, with crocheting, there's always a way to like to keep your hands stretched out, but I just have not figured it out with cross stitching. I always eventually get some type of like pain in my hand. So yeah, if you guys know of anything I can do to help beside like I know a lot of people wear gloves, like crafting gloves. I kind of want that to be like my final choice because I don't like the way those feel at all. Um, but yeah, if you guys have like any other options, that would be great because I really want to get back to cross stitching, but it also just does not feel like my hand's gonna let me do that today. So I'm probably just gonna be editing and simming. So yeah. What else was I gonna say? Where's my chick? First of all, I left her on a bench somewhere. Oh, there she is. Okay, cool. Hi, girl. You sleep. You sleep. You sleep as much as you want. Oh, and then we'll harvest some more daisies. Yeah, so basically, if you guys haven't been understanding what I'm doing in The Sims, if like I'm talking, maybe a lot more of my viewers on YouTube play Sims than I think. But if you guys don't know, in Sims, there's basically rocks you can dig under, and sell to. I like to pretend I'm selling them at like a thrift store or online, maybe. But yeah, some people see this as cheating because you're digging them up and selling them to an invisible person. And for those people, I say, come at me, ho, because I'm doing the best I can. Um, I'm doing the best I can right now, especially that now that my cat has decided to just sit here and knead/scratch my leg. What's that? Ooh, we shall harvest strawberries. What's your problem? What do you need? You need fun again. Well, let's try and go fishing. You're probably gonna be like, nah, this isn't what I want to do, but we'll try. Yeah, oh, so I asked Cody and he's totally down for doing a couples tag, which I'm really excited about. I have another Diamond Art Club unboxing that I need to edit. We are voicing over the creepy pastas tonight. We have creepy pasta stories picked out. We are going to read them, and I am going to. I mean, I have had the film footage, like the footage in the background. I have had that recorded for so long. I have just not gotten around to voicing over because life. Also, it's a little difficult to get us both in a mood to sit down and voice anything over. So, yeah, we're trying. Ooh, these strawberries are ready to harvest. Biatch, I am going to sell these strawberries and I am going to harvest these strawberries. And then I will have like a little strawberry plant bush army. I need another cup of coffee so bad, but I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up from my recliner. I have this beat up, worn, just completely janky recliner that we got like a year ago. Oh, excuse me. We bought one for $75 and they just threw the other one in because we were only looking for one recliner. And I guess they were like, well, if you're going to take one, just take both. And it's like my favorite chair ever, but it sheds because it's like faux leather. It sheds so badly. So yeah, I love it, but also like, oh my god, look at her knees. I tried to get them up. Okay, we'll do the ones that are like right here in her lot. After that, you can use the toilet in public. You can take a thoughtful shower in public, and you just like in public. And you can't cook anything. You can have a quick meal of ham and cheese sandwich. Oh, yeah. Oh, I also have a diamond painting tag that I created that I need to type the questions up in a Google Doc so that I can link them in my description, because that video doesn't really need to be edited, except I just need to put my intro, outro on them. And then videos that are coming up soon-ish, I don't have any plans on. I know I was gonna film. Excuse me, y'all. I literally just did like 5 yawns in the span of 20 seconds. I don't have any plans to do any true crime like whip and chats right now. Just because I need to like bone up on certain cases that I want to talk about. Like, I know Cindy B, we were talking and I was gonna do like a making a murderer whip and chat, but I realized that I need to rewatch that whole series. I actually might do that once I get off of here. But yeah, I'm not gonna do any of those anytime soon just because I need to rewatch that so badly. But then I might do it soonish, because if I film it like right now, then I'm gonna wanna, if I watch it right now, I'm gonna wanna film it so that I can chat about it. And then I also have, I don't have any more unboxings to film, but I do have my mind is blanking. Oh, I have a storage haul that I want to film, because not last week, but the week before, we went to like Harbor Freight, Michael's, Ross. We went to a bunch of places and I got a ton of different storage ideas for my diamond paintings that I wanted to share with y'all. So I'm probably going to do like a comprehensive like storage video. I have a lot planned. I just need to get my butt in gear and like do it. Oh, bitch, get off my bench. That's my sleeping bench. Can I still... You know what? It's cool. We can share. We can share. Yeah, so... I have a lot of things I want to film. I just need to find the time to get them done. And like even now, I'm so frustrated because I was gonna film a little tiny unboxing, like literally 2 minutes. Because if you guys have watched my second, I think it's second Who It Can custom unboxing. One of my Who It Can unboxings is this like little alien chick. And I want Who It Can sent me a square canvas and I needed a round canvas. So my round canvas has been in New York for like 9 days and it finally got to my city. And now just like all of a sudden, out of nowhere, USPS is telling me that I need to be home to sign for this package. And so yesterday when I could have been upstairs cuddling Cody in bed because I was so worried about him, y'all. His fever was so high and he was just like so down in the dumps. I was downstairs waiting for this freaking package to come because I've already missed it once. I was waiting so that I could sign for it and then they never came. Oh, she's passing out somewhere. Where are you passing out, girl? Oh, well, when you're done with that, do you want to come take a nap on your bench? I'm trying to get enough money to buy you a bed. Yeah, but no, I was freaking waiting for USPS and they never... Oh, no, don't sit there. They never came. They never came. And so today I am waiting for USPS, and that's also why I'm kind of doing like this chilled, laid back recording, because I can sit right next to my front door and know unequivocally that I'm not going to miss the USPS dude, my postman. I'm not going to miss him. So, has anybody else had a diamond painting that's just like totally been a headache and a half to get? I have. This one's just a headache and then a sledgehammer to the head. But I know this has kind of been boring, like what I'm doing. I believe that the gamers call it grinding. Shut up, Catherine. Stop talking. But no, I'm just trying to get enough money to get her a bed, a toilet, a shower, maybe a stove. But most importantly, I just want to put a box, a semi-built home around here, because in spring, towards the end of spring, it starts raining. Because we have an extension pack called Seasons. So it starts raining and then it starts getting cold and she just needs to have some type of coverage. And then once I have all of that done, I'm going to buy her a woodworking table. I'm going to buy her a canvas or an easel. I'm going to buy her just like all of the crafty things there are in Sims, and she's going to use all of that to make beautiful paintings that I am then going to sell in a store. She's going to craft her own furniture, so if she needs a table or a bar stool, she's going to whittle those. So I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of share with you guys like what I literally just... I'm going to let her talk on the phone for a minute. I'm excited to share with you guys what I literally just do, like, when I'm feeling like randomly having fun. I literally think The Sims, Minecraft. Cody's trying to get me to play some zombie game. We're playing some zombie game tonight because he knows that if it has horror in it, I'm more likely to give it a shot. If it just has some like kind of movie spooky aspect to it, I'll try it. So we're gonna try some zombie game, but yeah, like he is a fantastic freaking partner, and he is always crafting. Like Miss Christian Coffee was talking about how her husband tried cross stitching, and I was like, I bet Cody would never try cross stitching. So I'm just gonna ask him because I feel like there has to be a limit to what he wants to do. And I was like, do you want to cross stitch? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. I'm like, oh my god, you're making me look bad. So now I absolutely need to be a better partner and get into gaming more. I mean, he doesn't care. He literally doesn't. But I care because it's kind of like a competition about who is a better partner. So besides, and this is why I'm dysfunctional, because it's a competition, bitches. But yeah, I am going to try and get more into gaming besides The Sims, because like I'll play this all day long. I'll play Minecraft all day long. I haven't done it in a while, but like it's something I'll do. I want to try and get into like other video games. Like I know Red Dead Redemption 2 is a video game that he really wants me to try out. So yeah, my point is I'm gonna try and game a lot more, and I thought since I'll probably be talking about video games on a couple whipping chats, since I'm gonna try and make them a little bit more, a little bit bigger part of my life, that it would be cool if I had like a playlist of just me playing Sims and chatting with you guys. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel a lot more low-key doing this, except every time someone... Okay, so I feel a lot more low-key doing this because I just have headphones on and I'm chatting into the headphones and I'm gaming, but I'm also wearing like really tattered, worn PJs, and I'm snuggled under a blanket, and I'm not having to be all like Vanna White with my hands. So that's really nice. The only time I find like that it's a little bit uncomfortable is when I am talking and I mean, this is what this platform's for, but I'm filming on Twitch, so that means anybody can walk into like this conversation and just watch me. And a couple times people have, and I'm just like, I wonder what they think I'm talking about. They must think I have such an amazing imagination. Bitch, I know you are desperate for fun. I don't know what you want me to do. I try to send you fishing and you're like, no, fishing's not fun for me, even though it's supposed to be fun. They're using a fucking jackhammer outside. What are my neighbors getting jackhammered? Oh my god. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. This is probably where I am going to go. I've been chatting for almost 2 hours. And maybe it has been 2 hours. I don't know. It's been 112 minutes according to Twitch. But if you guys liked this, give it a thumbs up, and of course put some cute emoji down below to let me know you've reached this part of the video. If you haven't liked it, that's totally cool. I might probably, most definitely, maybe, probably gonna keep posting these because I really enjoy it. It's super stress relieving, and normally if I'm playing Sims, I'm watching TV or I'm listening to a crime podcast on my Google Home, and you know, why not just take the extra time to chat with you guys and get a little bit more a little bit more chat time in. Because sometimes I need to get one of those like bendy arms that Miss Crochet and Coffee has, because my tripod's a dick, and sometimes I just don't want to mess with him. I don't want to mess with that dick. So, okay, I'm finally gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it with my whole heart. I am at like 300 something subscribers. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would get here, and I'm not gonna lie, it's scary as hell to think you guys actually like me that much to hit that subscribe button. But if you're not subscribed and you thought this was pretty decent, hit the subscribe button. If not, that's cool. And until next time, y'all, I am gonna go spy on my neighbors, because I want to know what the hell they are doing. I'm gonna go spy on my neighbors because I want to know what the hell they are doing with the jackhammer. Alright, I'm leaving. Bye. Real quick, I'm not leaving because my cat just started growling randomly and I absolutely love it. So I'm sitting here listening. Also, that was a very abrupt bye, so I'm gonna go now. And I will see you later. Okay, I'm literally about to turn the Xbox off because if I keep talking, we're never gonna leave.